Hey everybody, this is Zach from Nothing to Something Trading. Just doing a continuation video. If you don't know how to use Thinkorswim, please go to the first video I have. That's a tutorial on Thinkorswim Mobile. I highly recommend it. So this video is just going to be going into a little bit of detail about a trade that I'm watching and I've been getting in and out of. On Royal Caribbean cruises. The cruise liners like Carnival and Royal Caribbean have been all over the news lately with the coronavirus because, they're basically like a living petri dish, and I quote, when it comes to viruses like the coronavirus or a neurovirus for that matter. So far, there's been over 200 cases of the coronavirus on one ship, which is, more than basically any other country has besides China. So the rate of spread of infection on these ships is just ridiculous. So I've been trying to play the volatility that the coronavirus is causing for these cruise liners and have been pretty successful with that. So basically what I want to show here is how to make a few important resistance and support levels. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the drawing and I'm going to go to the stacked squares above it and edit drawing sets. I'm going to create a new set called YouTube. So basically now I just want to show you guys some price points that are quite important on this chart. So basically at 100, it's a very crucial turning point for the stock. So I'm going to go here and click the pencil, click new, and click on price level. And then I'm just going to click anywhere I want to put it. And it's going to appear. I'm going to click off it. And I'm just going to drag it wherever I want it to go, which is going to be right at about 100. So as you can see, all these different weeks, these are weekly bars. So each bar is 1 week. Each time the stock went down to 100 back in September, November, it bounced off quite hard. So it has a hard time breaking under 100. And it really has only done it for, 1, 2, 3 weeks back in the end of 2018, which I believe is also where the market came down quite a bit. So it really hasn't even really went under $100 in the past 3 years. So a break under 100 would be extremely bearish and be a really bad look for the stock, honestly. But I digress. So let's put another price level up at the top here. As you can see, we got a perfect little double top formation here. The top that was set in 2018 was also hit in 2020. And bounced off of very hard, just as it did back in the day. But it also then tanked down all the way to 100 within a few months back here. So, with this coronavirus scare going on, I'm really expecting things to continue and maybe for more cruises to get canceled. If this thing becomes more of a global pandemic, I really don't see people booking, cruises, because that doesn't even make any sense to do. So I've been trying to get on the short side of this, but also, of course, as things ease with the coronavirus and scares go away, the stock can always rise higher and pretty quickly. Not only if the coronavirus is getting, less scary, but also if it just moves up a lot, short sellers are going to get pushed out of their positions, making them buy back the stock, and that will send the stock higher along with people buying in, believing that it will rally. So there's a lot of action in these stocks, and as you can see here, a few days ago on the 11th, the Royal Caribbean bounced up, and the next day on the 12th, it went even higher, and it really pushed higher there. I can imagine a lot of shorts were covering, and people were getting long, thinking it was going to break out of this downtrend. However, the trend is still established. If you go to the hourly chart, you could make a quick trend line here. Go to new trend line, click the first point, click the second point, and there you go. You got a nice little trend line here. So this is just some quick charting with Thinkorswim. Right now I am watching for a break under the support level that was created just recently around 110. So I'm waiting for a break under that level. If we gap lower, right now I have some puts on Royal Caribbean for 105. I mean, I don't expect it to go down to 100. However, it is possible if something drastic happens, but I wouldn't be surprised if we got a gap down to like 109, 108, and we went down to 107. But once we break this 110 level, I'm really expecting us to go down 100 to 100. That's my longer term price target right now. As long as we don't, gain a hold over 115. So, and here I'm going to show you how 115 is pretty important as well. If you put the price level in at 115, you can see here that it was, had a hard time breaking over it and crashed down. Here again, it had a hard time breaking over it, and it hit it multiple times, maybe 5, 6, 7 times in this instance, just in like a 20-day period. And it had a really hard time breaking over it. Here, it had a really hard time breaking over it. 115 is just a really critical level for this stock. And these levels are just imaginary. I don't know exactly where they come from. Maybe it's algorithmic, but these price points are very important, and as you can see, it goes back, into March and April. You can see it was also, bouncing off of 115 all the time. So I was kind of surprised that it broke over 115 just recently before it broke under. But if we can stay under 115, we could be staying in between the 110, 115 level, but overall, I believe that we're going to head down towards 100. Even though the stock has a PE of about 12.5, I think it can easily go to 10 or 9. If these cruises start getting shut down, it's going to be very bearish. So I'm watching these options, and right now, a month out at about 110 seems kind of expensive, but maybe if we get maybe if it goes up to 115, it'd be a great entry with a $2 stop at about 117 or even 118, because that would be when it's bullish again, is when we break over that 118 level, because currently we are making lower lows and lower highs, meaning this is a very bearish trend. But if we can break over 118, then we would have a higher low and a higher high, creating a newfound uptrend. So this is a stock I'm watching, and I hope you like this video. Please like the video and subscribe, or feel free to leave any comments if you have any questions. Thanks for watching.